Alright, I'm going to continue on here with this tone board on this A7 the very best I can. The problem is I just don't have any wiggle room on this board to show any detail, so probably what I'm going to have to do is just go by the schematic here next to me and show what I did here. So we'll start with the most recent change, and that looks to be C2, which is down here. I put PPS chips in for them. I left them at the existing value. They are 0.27s. They are actually two chips stacked to give me a 0.27. Now C1, which is also on the base control, is right here, and they are 0.039s. I left them existing at 0.039. They are both PPS chips. Now C5, which was a ceramic, that is a 0.068. I changed them to PPS chips right here, and there's a lot of debate. Now the next is C4, which are these guys right here. They are 0068s. I left them existing. They are PPS. Now the base coupling caps are C3. They're 47 mics. This is the best view I can get of them. I put some UKZs in for them. Now C7, which is in the loudness control for the bass, is right here. They were 033s. I left them, let me just make sure. Yeah, they were 033s. I left these existing. Now C8 is a 5600 picofarad, a 0056. That is one right there, and that is the other right there. Those are both PPS. Now, the treble response on the loudness, I did something completely different here. There's actually 1000 picofarad FKS2, which is a film and foil, in series with a 680 PPS, which is going to give me 404 picofarad through the series combination. And that is C9. So right there, jumped across our original paths for where C9 was, which was an 820 polystyrene. I have 1000 in series with a 680, and I did that for a reason. Now there were two separate chips added, and they are both 270 picofarad. One is right here where you can't see it. The other one is right there where you can't see it. You can see my wire wrap running across the board, and I'll show you what that is. Okay, this combination right here between these two series caps equates to what was originally the 820 polystyrene. So I just series these two here. So this pad and this pad would essentially been where the polystyrene was. But I added a 270 PPS across that whole entourage, and that's where the blue wire wraps are coming from, over to that 270. Now unfortunately I need a sheet of paper much larger than the angle of my camera, and I'm not even sure I should attempt to explain this for time's reasons, but maybe I'm just going to try a little bit. If we look at that treble loudness tap and we look at our 820 and our 10K here, what that essentially does is that huge capacitance here will start us at a lower frequency and start to boost up. And we'll just say, for instance, 3 or 4K is definitely going to be boosted by the 820. Not by much, but it's going to be boosted. What this 10K does is it controls this roll-off or this slope. If we didn't put the 10K in there, what would happen is this point would just continue to rise and continue to rise as frequency went up. So this 10K levels that curve off. Otherwise, you would be getting what could be, and you know it's a big gray area, what could be excessive high frequency, and there's a million variables there as to whether or not what is too much. It depends what it's driving and a million other factors that I'm not even going to get into. But I just want you to see what happens to the curve. If we take that out and we just simply put a 270 across there, what's going to happen is it's going to cross at a higher frequency. And as the frequency goes up, it's going to increase in amplitude to a greater value than this. Not by much, but it will be greater than this. So you're getting more of a boost at a higher frequency and less of a boost at a lower frequency. Where if you look at this, we're getting boost down here and we're not getting as much boost here. And I'm hoping that makes perfect sense. I apologize. I need like a 4-foot piece of graph paper, and I could probably do this pretty well. So what I used was a combination of both of them. I tried it this way, I tried it that way, and I said I'm going to do it this way. So I added my 270 across there, which if you look at this, you're going to say, well, that 270 equates to this curve because I see the amplitude is up and I see the starting point is up pretty high. So right there is our A curve for our 270. But I also stuck in a lower curve along with it by leaving the 10K in there, but reducing this 820 down to a comparable value determined by these two to be about 400 picofarad. So it's not going to start boosting as low as what this did, but you're still going to get some bottom boost. So essentially you'll have two curves. And I probably had to exaggerate this a little bit so you can see what's happening. It's kind of mixing two different curves together. And this 400 is actually the series combination of the 1000 with the 680. And I do that for a reason, that sometimes a PPS can get a little obnoxious depending upon what you're listening to on a loudness tap. So I put a PET film and foil in here to tame it down. You know, all in all, this is a pretty nice little amp. It really is. You know, getting the tone board out of it is some issue. Getting to the main board is some issue. But you know, honestly, probably the best thing from my standpoint is this is not a G55. And I think that's I think that's the most important point I can make. I did flip, and it's kind of crude. I hated to do that. Put tape and stuff and stickers where there should be silk screen, but you know, I just really had no choice. So I did flip these speaker wires around to anybody that wants to do that. I don't know. There could be somebody out there maybe who just hates the top to bottom layout as much as I do and wants to lay these out this way. But you know, whatever. You know, if you do, we got a white there, we got a blue there, we got a red there, and a kind of an orange yellow right there. So I just pulled them out here and just tacked the wires on there. On some of the other ones I've cut pads and crisscrossed wires and all kinds of crazy stuff, but this one here was pretty easy. I hope you learned something. I appreciate you watching. Have yourself a nice day.